Hi, Sandi Maki here with a little bit of heavy breathing just before midnight. Something funny happened, and I suppose it's not really that funny. It's ironic in a way. I was having a conversation with myself yesterday about getting back into the flow of doing heavy breathing recordings. I've been traveling a little bit and life's been busy, so I haven't been sitting down and doing it just as much as I should be or could be or really want to be doing. So I was thinking about this yesterday when telling myself, well, just sit down and clear your mind and come up with a topic and just talk about something. And I was thinking about all the things that I could talk about, and my mind wasn't really landing in one place to think about something to do or say. So I said, well, just give myself permission to let it be exactly what it is, whether anything happens or not, and then kind of go from there. Well, funny thing happened. I got on my coaching call that I have with a client every Monday, and the words that I heard from the client were almost identical to the conversation that I was having with myself yesterday. They were words like, well, I was going to talk to you because I've got quite a few things going on. I was thinking maybe I'll just take a break for a month and get back to what I'm doing with all this later. And I thought, if you have a valid reason that you want to hold off on something, well, that's fine. But I think what I'm hearing here is that you just are looking for something else. You need a pattern interrupt in order to be re-motivated and move it forward in a new direction. And I think that pattern interrupt secret isn't really a secret, but I think we forget. I think when we get stuck on our to-do list, or the would've, could've, should've, should be doing it this way, just because it's my intention to put this all together, I think that we get caught up in just doing it. Even if we're continually trend-setting and doing new things, I think we get caught up in just following the list. And one of the most refreshing things that we can do for ourselves and for others is install a pattern interrupt. Well, with my coaching call this morning, we came up with a pattern interrupt that I think will be a great solution for his aversion to moving forward with things right now. And instead of taking a month off, we're going to add something in a new direction that maybe will be a little bit more rewarding or fulfilling right now, because that's what's needed. So as I sat here in front of my computer doing a lot of the other work that I spend my time doing, I was thinking about telling the story and contemplating pattern interrupts and just how important they are. Because I can sit here and I can talk about, new and trendy things, or I can talk about my thoughts, ideas, and insights, and then I get a little bored with it as well. So, relaying the story of a call this morning that I had, and how a pattern interrupt was just what was needed. It's the exact same thing that I needed here in heavy breathing. So I don't know what it is that you're working on this week, or today, or that you've been working on for this month. But if you find yourself kind of like I found myself, or sort of like my client found himself, not really wanting to put forth all the energy into what it is that you're doing, think about a random tangent that you've contemplated going down or exploring, and you just haven't made the time or the effort to do it. Or think about that thing that you really should or ought to be doing, and then give yourself permission to put it down and follow some random oddness in a way, because a pattern interrupt can be a breath of fresh air, and it can lead us into the discovery of even new and better things than if we just stayed tunnel vision focused on what it is that we're supposed to be doing. So let's interrupt our patterns, seek new and interesting things, and if all else fails, give ourselves permission to just take a break from some things. Because sometimes that little pattern interrupt will give us enough of a breath of fresh air to be able to come back renewed and refocused when we start again. So until next time, here's to finding your pattern interrupt.